Liotta.
It is, Jacqueline. It is one big drama, and it's titled Anybody's War, which I'm directing for Northcote High. The story is based around two families with sons that get conscripted to the Vietnam War. What happens is one comes back, one doesn't, and it's just how the story of the Vietnam War changed the life of Australian men.
My girlfriend dumped me. There's nothing here for me anymore. I just want to go back and finish what I started.
Well, what did you start, mate?
To help a country that's fighting for its freedom.
The actual play consists of about 50 students, roughly, with 30 in about the cast. I'm part of the main cast. My part is not, does not consist of a large amount too, which is, it was actually a good hand for me because I can work on the directing, especially in the second act.
Most 17-year-olds spend their time home, shopping on the internet, hanging out in the mall, going to the footy, but not our James. Now, how did he land this gig?
That actually started at the end of 1998 with the drama teacher at Northcote High, who was named by Mr. Terry Miller. And what I did is I put in a submission to be an assistant director to him because I've always done acting since about the age of 8 and I really enjoy theatrical performances. So I put in a submission and he took up the submission. So from that point on, I was going to be an assistant director to Mr. Terry Miller for the 99 school play. What happened was he retired and he left the job to another teacher and myself, and I was still catered as assistant director, but I sort of drifted off into directing more. And this year I was finally given the name of director for the school production as opposed to assistant director.
Yum! Well, it's good to see that James is keeping his cast members well nourished. Don't you think?
Doug Aiken was involved in the sense he gave us an interview when I sent him a press release, and he was very interested because he happens to be a reporter back here when the Vietnam War was on. So he was touched by the theme of our play, and he said, I want to give you an interview, which was for us, that was really good.
We've just entered the 3AK premises, one of Melbourne's premier radio stations, to have a bit of a chat to Doug Aiken to see what his involvement was. And here we are at the 3AK studios in St Kilda Road, Melbourne, to speak to Doug Aiken. Here we go. And look at the celebrities we have here at 3AK, none other than himself. So this is a bit of an introduction here. Next to Bruce Mansfield, of course, John Blackman, ex-Hey Hey fame, and Greg Evans, perfect match. Why you felt this was a production to support Anybody's War?
I thought it was very interesting that the young guy concerned, James, wasn't it, was a student at Northcote, and he was, therefore, in the year 2000, he was a teenager. And here he was doing a play about the Vietnam War a generation later. I mean, it's 25 years now since it ended. And I thought, isn't that interesting? I thought kids today were starting to lose touch with the tragedy that happened 25 years ago, whereas in fact he demonstrated to me that they were very much in touch with what happened to their parents, if you like, or what their parents were concerned about. And so that's why we decided to interview him.
In light of having met with James, what was your perception of, I suppose, the use of today?
The use of today?
The youth of today.
Ah, well, we often interview the youth of today, if you like, on this program, because they're the me of tomorrow sort of thing. And we try to... the youth of today are terrific. They're the same as the youth during my day and during my father's day and during my grandfather's day. People don't change. Human nature doesn't change at all. I think that's been demonstrated time and time again. There are different focuses, but the good and the bad of human beings and the good and the bad of human nature is unchanging. The youth of today are enjoying the benefit of what previous generations fought for. It sounds like something from an RSL club that I'm saying, but it's not. They are enjoying everything that their parents and grandparents and great-grandparents hoped would be achieved in this country, because it's fairly conflict-free. And I think that the youth of today are able to concentrate on more worthwhile things.
Hi, have you seen the casting couch? No. Okay, I have to keep looking.
A casting couch? There's more than one, actually. There is a casting couch, and we sort of all took it in turns, and the best performance sort of got the part.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is it. Maybe not. Or maybe James is a bit kinky.
Yeah.
Michael here is a Year 9 student and he's playing the electric guitar in the band. Now I'm just wondering, Michael, is James a complete and utter control freak?
Well, yes, I'd have to say, but he's very mature and he controls the whole play, puts everything together. Say he's the best director I've ever had.
Close, but no, not quite. So how are you finding working with James?
Good.
How do you find his direction skill?
Oh, not bad at all.
So have you been impressed that someone his age has been able to lead a group of about 50 people?
I think it's great. He's done a very good job.
And what sort of things have you learnt from James?
Well, me being a drummer, not that much, but I think he's made all the other actors learn a lot of stuff and done a lot of good stuff.
The play was actually chosen from our musical conductor who used to work at another school, Bayside College. And Bayside College in 1988, with the contributions of the Year 11 drama class of that school, wrote this play together. And our musical director used to work there, and now she works at Northcote High in our school, and she had this script at hand which dealt with the Vietnam War. So it was a touchy subject. You've got to find different angles to get around it and to put it in a nice, positive way when you can. And basically she had the hand in script and she said, okay, well, look, let's do this. It's all there, ready to go. So we're actually the third people, I think, in Victoria to perform it. So it's quite original in its own respect.
And I'm here now with Anne Russell, the musical director in the production, and I'm just wondering, how do you feel about having somebody aged 17 directing a performance that you're the musical director for? Has that influenced the way you're performing yourself?
I've had a lot of really new and interesting ideas. This was performed and written at a school I used to teach at about 12 years ago, and this will be now the third time it's performed, and I think doing it with a different team of people and young people gives it a fresh act, give a fresh overview of things. And James is just fabulous to work with. He's very mature and he's got a fantastic approach. Some of these songs that we're using in the show are actually protest songs of the Vietnam War era, such as War and Eve of Destruction, Bad Moon Rising and Where Have All the Flowers Gone. There are so many protest songs of that era written about the war. It's actually difficult to find the ones, but we reckon we've got them.
Our choreographer for the dancing is Miss Stacey Overall, which she's a first-year teacher at this school, and she did our Rock of Stedford as well this year. So we asked her to do the play. We have Mr. Martin Webster, who is playing in the band as well, so he's become a student like, all of a sudden, and he's been chucked into the band. We said, you just sit over there and you play saxophone or something. I don't even know. See, I don't even know much. Then we have some students too that have been helping me out very regularly. We'll call him Mr. Peter Uselli. He's the warm-up coordinator. He's also part of the main cast too, and he helps me control the little brats in there and put them in order and everything. And then we have the backing singers, which consist of Rachel, Behang, Samantha and Olga, who have been helping us in the singing department because we had a teacher called Miss Marilyn Newton, and she went off on long leave service, and she went off to Bavaria. And we got these kids to help us out because they were backing singing. They've got some training in that. And they're doing a really good job.
It's Samantha and Rachel, the backing singers in the band here, and they're going to actually give us a bit of an a cappella. What have you chosen to sing for us?
Eve of Destruction.
Fantastic, girls, take it away.
It is exploding, violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun?
What an honour. Here I am, flagged by two of the main cast members. I have none other than Olga, who plays Vicky, and Peter, who plays Harry Zammit.
That's right.
How are you enjoying working with James?
Oh, James is a good director. He's under a lot of pressure at the moment, which is understandable. So we all sort of chip in and help him out. But he's good. He's very professional. So yep, it's great working with him. And I've known him for many years too, so it sort of helps.
Fantastic. And a female perspective then. Let's get the real lowdown.
Well, he did this last year and he did such a good job last year. And I think the stress this year has been, it's just been so much worse. It's been a lot harder on everyone. So yeah, he's doing a good job.
Fantastic. How are you dealing with the stress yourself?
Well, I haven't started to feel it until this week.
It is going to be a great show. It's a performance that's been rehearsed by 50 students for the last 3 to 4 months, so they've put heart and soul into it. But you do get more. It's like the Demtel ads. You got more. You buy the ticket. You also get a chance to win movie tickets on the night. There's free lunch, free accommodation as well. So there's heaps of stuff. So it's a very big incentive for all of you to come along and buy tickets, which are $7 for children in concession, $10 for adults, and $28 for a family of 2 adults and 2 children. So it's a bargain, as Jamong would say.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a bit on the nose of the old paint, which isn't such a bad thing. Here we are. This is where the fantastic sets you'll be seeing tomorrow night, the night after, and the night after that are actually being assembled.
I've worked pretty hard on getting a lot of sponsors, and on our flyers you'll see a lot of sponsors, up to nearly 40 of them, and a lot of goods and services. What I do is I just send out a covering letter with a press release detailing what we'd like from them, if it's a good service or funding. And, then they get back to us. If they don't, we just pester them with phone calls until they get something going for us. The scene between you and Chris, guys, listen up. The scene between you and Chris, and we'll do the party scene, right? And then we'll get back into the rehearsal. Okay? So. If you're in the same position as me and you're around about my age, a teenager wanting to get into this sort of stuff, and like all of us here, there's 50 kids who, half of them are just doing it for fun and half of them are doing it because maybe they want to get into this sort of area. The thing is, some people say, oh, look, you're too young. You're never too young. You've really got to get out there and push it all the way. Do whatever you can. I'm in Year 12 doing VCE like 5 of the other kids in this play, and we have literally schedules that break it down into half-an-hour pieces for days to fit everything in. So get off your bottoms if you want to do it, as I would say, and get out there and find something to do. Get involved with community theatre. Get involved with a lot of community stuff, because that gives you exposure and experience, and then move off into some professional field. You'll do it.
Where else would the casting couch be but one of the benches? There you go. And let me tell you, they're everywhere.
That's Victoria Market. It's a very good, very nice, the best market. Thank you very much. Okay.
Joining us here, the marketing manager for the Qeen Victoria market. How are you?
Very well, thanks, Jacqueline.
And you've been a marketing manager for 3 years here. What sort of changes have you seen over time?
Oh, I think lots of changes for the better. We're using the site a lot more. For example, we have the night market in the summer. We've got a cooking school now, those sorts of things. And it's much cleaner.
Okay. And how have you managed to maintain the uniqueness of the market, making it a market?
Well, that's one of the things that you've always got to be conscious of whenever you're trying to improve it. Our big competition is from supermarkets, and people get a certain sort of sterile atmosphere there, but they expect cleanliness as well. So just always keeping that in mind.
What's your favourite selling cheese here?
Favourite selling cheese, mainly soft cheeses, brie, camembert, they're the favourite ones for everyone. And then I've got hundreds other ones. It all depends on everybody's taste. I mean, there's anything for everything for everyone.
Well, how do you know? I mean, how do you know where to start? I mean, with so many choices here.
First thing I ask the customer is whether they like soft, hard, strong, mild cheese, and then we take it from there. And then once they tell me roughly what they want, we go to what we've got, because like I said, we've got anything around us.
Hi Nick, how long have you been a vendor here at the Qeen Victoria market?
We've been here for about 13 and a half years, and we've been through the bad times. Now is the good times.
Why did you have any bad times?
Well, the recession knocked us a bit, but now the people are back and they are doing well. We are doing well also, I think.
We've got 80 fruit and vegetable traders here, including a very large organic section, the largest organic fruit and vegetable section in Australia, 32 square metres, and that's growing. What we have is we have vendors who specialise within the fruit and vegetables. So we have guys who only sell fruit, or guys who only sell vegetables, or specialise in potatoes and onions and all that sort of thing. Huge volume because of the number of shoppers at the Qeen Victoria market, so the stuff's always fresh. It comes in each morning. They sell it out by the end of the day, hopefully.
what would you say the difference would be between people who shop at the Qeen Victoria market and people who would shop, say, in shopping centres?
Well, week after week, family, like the mothers, tell us that the produce is fresh, and our produce is very fresh because we cut it as they want it, and that's what they prefer. They go other places, but they're not very happy. They tell us. So we are sure that we're doing the right thing.
It's just one deli after another deli, and here we are, God earthly hour of the morning. What time do you get here to set up?
About 7:30.
7:30, that ain't too bad. And what's...
On a Sunday though.
On a Sunday, yes, that's bad. Announcement? Why is it you can never understand the announcements?
It's a bit controversial at the moment, actually, about the market, the supermarket setting up as competition.
Well, no, because for about 20 years we've needed more car parking at the market. So, but this is also the site of Melbourne's first cemetery. So there are, you know, restrictions on how we can expand the place. So we were going to build above the Franklin Street sheds and put retail space on the ground floor, including a grocery store like South Melbourne Market. They've had one for about 21 years. Unfortunately, some people got all upset and emotional about a supermarket envisaging a Coles or a Safeway. So we'll just put it on hold until we can get the right information out there, and then we'll go ahead.
How long have you been here as a market holder?
Nearly 2 years now.
That's a lot of fudge over 2 years.
It is a lot of fudge. Hundreds and thousands of bars of fudge.
Now, what's your specialty fudge? What's your best fudge? Highly recommended.
Well, everybody asks that question.
Okay, so what's your favourite animal?
Cat.
Okay, fine. Does everyone ask you that question?
No, our best-selling fudge would be hazelnut, which is very popular. Kahlua.
Kahlua?
Oh, yes.
Which one's that? These are little tasters, are they?
Yeah, would you like to taste some Kahlua?
Yeah, I'll taste some Kahlua. Kahlua fudge.
Delightful.
Delightful.
I'm just wondering why you prefer to come to the Qeen Victoria market than shop anywhere else.
Undoubtedly, Michael's given the answer. It is the best. The food is great. It's always fresh. The prices are cheap. There's a lovely atmosphere. And then the stall holders like Michael and Linda Fonte, really great. You know, I come here, the egg's always fresh. The cheese is terrific. Just all the deli stuff is superb. So I have many overseas visitors that come here, and we always come here, and they get a great buzz in terms of the atmosphere, the excitement, all the produce and various other goods that the Victoria market is tops.
Now, to become a stall holder, you fill in an application, an expression of interest form, and you lodge it at the office. Then you'll have an interview about what sort of thing you sell and whether we have a need for that sort of thing. And then you will probably go on the casual list. So what we have is even though everyone here is on a daily licence, we have what you call permanent stall holders who are in the same spot every Tuesday. They might be in a different spot every Thursday, but they are in the same spot. Then we have a bunch of casuals who turn up in the morning. If the permanents aren't coming, then the casuals get their spot.
Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far, like a song of love.
One thing that stays the same is the donuts. This van was brought here in the late 50s from America. It was very space age. We've got newspaper clippings from the time talking about how space age it was. It's in its original condition. I think they're too busy just selling millions and millions of jam donuts, and the smell is something else.
Well, you've heard about the $20 challenge. This is the $2 challenge. Just show me how to do it.
Question of balance.
It's a question of balance.
Lean onto the ladder, straight legs.
Okay.
Step up.
Keep going. Balance. Step up.
All your hands are doing is just steering the ladder out.
It's that simple, you know. It's that easy. It's just that easy. What happened? Where'd you go? Well, the wind. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
It's a sort of place where you can just wander around with your dogs and
look, it's good. Yeah, it's good for that. It's relaxed, and it's good for the dogs because they get socialised and with noise and people and that sort of stuff. And you know, you can just wander about as long as you're responsible and you know, people come up and pat them and what have you. Is your son a busker? He's very shy and retiring. Yeah, just trying to bring him out of himself a bit.
We've also in here got Swords Wines, which started in Brunswick Street and then came down to the market. And they've also now gone on to South Melbourne Market. And you buy your bottle of wine in a litre bottle, which is refundable. It's got the little flip top. So you get really good, because they buy it in bulk and fill the bottles, so it's a really good price, and it's, you know, helping the environment because of recycling.
Okay, foot in the middle, straight. You want to straighten this leg out, just come up parallel with the ladder. Use the force. Ooh, wrong bit of force. Gotta use...
Up they go, mate buyer. Have a look at that quality here, mate buyer. Oh, quality meat sold here now. 2 roasting legs, $8.
Back in the early 70s, skyhooks, that's the old market. And they're the trolleys we used to take the meat around to the fridges in. And that's the old-fashioned shops. That's 3 renovations ago. And just to prove that I know what I'm talking about, that's me. That's me there.
I haven't changed a bit.
I only got 30 years older.
You can see these tracks up here. There's a loading bay out the front. What they do is they bring all the carcasses in on and then they bring them down on these tracks to each of the different butchers, and we turn the temperature right down, sort of when the carcasses are delivered about 1 o'clock in the morning. Then they do all their breaking down out here on above this floor. So they actually break the carcasses down into the different cuts of meat, and then they turn the temperature back up to normal about 6 o'clock when the customers come in.
Oh, isn't it cute? Yes, you can get yourself a rabbit here at the Qeen Victoria F-Shed Pet Shop. And it doesn't stop there either. We've got some birds behind me here, but some canaries, some finches. How much is the little rabbit?
It's $25.
$25. What do you get with him?
Basically the rabbit in a little box to take him home, and you have to just buy food, and you get a little fact sheet on how to look after him.
Fantastic. Okay, is it a he or a she actually?
I haven't sexed him yet.
No idea.
Oh, looking good. Looking really good, yeah. Up you go, baby. Up, get up there. Ah, damn. Nellie.
What we're trying to do here is actually give you a little snapshot of what you can do when you come to the Qeen Victoria Market and do a tour. We have 2 types of tours. We've got the Foodie's Dream Tour and we've got the History Tour. They go for about 2 hours and there's samplings, tastings along the way, so you don't want to eat before you go.
Put it in the right mouth.
Where's that, Steve? You know, he's always clowning around.
All the metal work around the shops is silver nickel, and it was machine pressed. Very unusual for those days. Before that machine, they used to hand beat metal, and it's all Victorian granite along the front of the shops. There are around 37 delis in this section, including takeaway foods and the institution of the bratwurst sausages that Qeen Victoria Market is famous for. There are some people who only come to the market for the bratwurst sausage.
Well, Carolyn said that people come to the Qeen Victoria Market specifically to eat the bratwurst. I'm just wondering whether this gentleman here is munching into his bratwurst. So how would you rate this particular meal here at the Qeen Victoria Market to other ones?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good.
And to give you the strength that you need to push a baby in I take it you got your baby in here, not actually your veggies.
Baby.
Fantastic.
Big one.
Big baby? Does the baby, do you think that in years to come the baby's going to be eating the bratwurst?
Probably, well, absolutely.
Like we've got more bags than your average tabaret. Have a look at it. Handbags, backpacks, bum bags, briefcases, suitcases.
Oh, look at this one. This one actually comes with batteries as well. And it's a lot more simple to look after, low maintenance. We like that in a pet. You can also get yourself a frog as well. This is also low maintenance. Here at the Qeen Victoria Pet Shop, just around the corner though. Depends what sort of pet you're after, really.
Of the 8 million visitors at Qeen Victoria Market, there are around 70% who are locals, around 5% are international tourists, 11% come from interstate and 14% are from country Victoria. So people often think of it as a tourist destination, which it is. It's Victoria's #1 international tourist destination, and around 47% of international tourists make a stop at the Qeen Victoria Market.
Get some fantastic presents for your family down here at the Qeen Victoria Market. There's Rex, there's Benny, there's Caesar, and there's, Steve. Oh well.
Things that I